Hey, happy Sabbath. So, on this week's Tech Talk, we'll be looking at the top four must have apps for us as Christians. So, that's the top four apps to have on your phone as Christians. So, on this week's episode, we'll be focusing on the Android operating system. We'll also give some Apple suggestions as well. So, the four must have apps. Well, we must have a Bible, a quarterly, a hymnal, and preferably the Ellen G. White or her writings. So let's get into it. So the first thing, you can see my phone clearly over here. You need to go to the Play Store. So that's the Google Play Store and Android devices. And this is where you will install all of the apps. So it's the same process, meaning you go to the Play Store, search for the name of the app, and then you will install it from there. So as you can see here, we're on my home screen. I'm going to click on the Play Store at the bottom right. There we can see we're in there, and we're going to search for the U version. So that's the first Bible app, and I believe my team believes it's one of the better Bible apps out there. So that's the U version by Life Church. So I've already had it installed. So I'm just going to go into my home screen. I'm going to find it, or in my app drawer, sorry. So for most devices, you swipe up and you go there. Here you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. So on this home screen here, normally it would say to install the offline version, which is what you should do. So you will have access to the Bible when you're not connected to the internet. So one good thing about the U version, it is feature packed. So let's go through some of the main features. Well, as a Bible app, you'll have access to the Bible, of course. You can search the name of the text or the text that you want. So you go to the book. I'll go to Genesis 1 and verse 1. And it's as simple as that. You can also change the version right beside it, as you can see where KJV is. You can also play it, meaning you can press play at the bottom there and it will read for you. Again, going through some of the versions, there you can see we have 64 different versions, which most of us will never read, but the feature is there. Next, we have the plans tab. Now, this is where the Bible will give you Bible text based on topics that you need. Discover, well, you can watch Bible shows here, biblical shows, and also some podcasts. Now, here in the More tab, you can see they have the verse of the day there, where this Bible also sends you a verse of the day every day. We also have a prayer tab where we can, write a prayer and then send it out to various persons. Now, one cool feature about this app, you see I went to the settings there. I'm able to change the color theme. So here I'm going to change the color theme to, teal. This is just to add a little bit of customizability to your app. And yeah, so that's the U version. I hope you guys find it a good app to use. So now that you have the Bible installed, it's time to install the hymnal. So to install the hymnal is the same process as the Bible. So you'll go to the Play Store, as you can see, and you'll type in the hymnal. Now you will find many hymnals, but the one you need to install is the one made by Tinashe Mzondiwa. So that's there, you can see it there, and it's a nice clean interface, as you can see. Now if you click the plus at the bottom, you can see it gives you access to the keypad where you can type in the number of the hymn you need to go to. Also, if you swipe to the left, you have access to the old hymnal as well. And this is very good for those who would like access to some of those oldies but goodies that were lost in translation to the new hymnal. Alright, now we have both the Bible and the hymnal installed. It's time to get into our third app, which is the quarterly. Now for the quarterly, we have two main apps, and this is the adult quarterly. So the same process applies here. We go into the Play Store and we search the word quarterly. So you can see the first option there made by Stefan Rosek, sorry. This is the first one I recommend. It's probably one of the easiest to use and understand. You can see it as a nice simple layout. You swipe down and you have access to the days of the week. One good feature about this as well, if you go to the top right corner and click the three dots, we have access to the teacher's comments, which is very good for the teachers out there and even those who are not teaching but would like to see those comments. So again, this is the first one I recommend. Now for the second quarterly, again, found in the Play Store, it's one made by Adventech, as you can see there once again. This is the one I personally use. The interface is a lot cleaner in my opinion. And another good feature about this is that you have access to the easy read section, which may break down some of the wording, which makes it a lot easier to understand. Now, this quarterly, however, does not have the teacher's comment section, so that seems to be an exclusive feature for the previous quarterly. So those are the two options. You can choose which one works best for you. Alright, now we have our Bible, our hymnal, and our quarterly installed. Now it's time to get Ellen G. White's writings. So again, the same process applies here. We go into the Play Store and we search EGW, standing for Ellen G. White's writings. And you can see the second option there is the one our team recommends. It's the easiest to use and it's very easily laid out as well. So in there, to get books downloaded, we go to My Library. You can see the books folder. That's where you find the books if you have downloaded any. But if you go back and you go to the bottom there where it's being highlighted, you can click down there to download all the books. So that's 119. Her books, her manuscripts are all listed there. And that's the final app. So those are the top 4 must-have apps for Seventh-day Adventist Christians out there. Now look, these apps have a lot of features built in. So I do recommend that you spend the time to get to know the intricacies of these apps. So again, join us next week for another 5-minute tech talk. Have a happy Sabbath.